Hello y'all, Chef Jeffrey back here with another old school soul food video. Hey, today I'm going to be making, as you saw by the preview, old school meatloaf. Hey, if you follow my recipe exactly like I'm going to show you, I don't mean to be bragging or nothing like that, but it's going to be the most flavorful, moistest, is that a name? Is that a word? Most moist meatloaf you ever tasted in your life. I add ingredients to a meatloaf. I keep it simple. And I do things a certain way. I don't just be adding the food. A lot of people do. I do it. Everything I add to a recipe is for a reason. I try to explain that as I'm going. My recipe is very simple. The recipe is, like I say, is in the description of the video, like all my recipes. And it's right here. Very simple ingredients. I have celery and onions, breadcrumbs, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, eggs, salt and pepper, and of course ground meat. The thing I do different from most, my celery and onions, I saute them, cook them before I add them to the meatloaf. Reason is, when I'm eating meatloaf, I don't like to see the crunch of onions and celery. I like everything to be completely cooked. And if you add it raw to the meatloaf, it tends not to cook completely. So I always cook it before I add it to the meatloaf, my celery and onions, where you have that nice smooth texture. Number two thing that I do, most people don't do, I use breadcrumbs. I just use a stale bread. It doesn't matter. Any kind of bread, you know, you gotta have bread and meatloaf to bind it. But I add milk to mine. I don't use water, I use milk because milk is a little flavor to the breadcrumbs and make them soak up the milk. The reason is, if you add dry breadcrumbs to meatloaf, what is dry bread gonna do? It's gonna soak in the moisture. Intending you're going to have a drier meatloaf. It's not going to be nice and juicy and flavorful. So I eliminate that. I still have the binding agent, but I have it moisture already soaked in the moisture. The bread already soaked in the moisture of the milk. So it's not going to take away from the meatloaf. So that's why I do that. So let's get to going here. Okay, I got meat here, of course. The regular 80-20 blend meat. I'm going to put the eggs. I'm going to just dump all this stuff in here. Got the breadcrumbs, like I told you, with the milk in it. Worcestershire sauce. Ketchup. Simple. Recipe so simple. My onions and celery that I pre-cooked, like I told y'all. And of course, salt and pepper you gotta have. That's it. I'm gonna do this with my hand. I'm gonna put some gloves on here. Don't get my hands too messy. Because you gotta do this with your hand. You can't stir it. That's one thing about meatloaf. You can't stir it up and with a spatula or a fork or spoon. You gotta use your hands. So you just get in here, mix all this together, all the eggs, breadcrumbs, everything completely incorporated. Like I say, this is gonna be a nice, moist, flavorful meatloaf. Gonna be the most flavorful meatloaf you ever eat. Like I say, I know you've eaten meatloaf that's too dry. You've eaten meatloaf where you crunching down on onions and celery. I mean, if you don't like celery, if you don't like onions, you don't have to put it. So that's all up to you. And that's pretty much it. Mixed up to good. Okay, now, of course, so it's not a meatloaf. We don't put it in loaves. So use a sheet pan. Some people like to use loaf pans. I used to use a regular sheet pan with some foil on it. I'll separate it here. 2 loaves. On this side. Go. Try to make it even as I can. I'm gonna make loaves out of it. Loaf there. This one here. Like I said, you can use a loaf pan if you want to, but let me take a little off here. It's kind of uneven there. Doesn't want to be even because it can cook evenly. Go. There we go. Move that one off. A little bit more on that one. And that's it. Awesome. See that? 2 nice little meatloaves on the sheet pan. Now, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put it in a 350-degree oven for 20 minutes. Uncovered for 20 minutes. We're gonna put it in the oven 350 degrees for 20 minutes. Now, while we're waiting on that, I'm gonna make the glaze right quick. Because after 20 minutes, we're gonna take it out and put this glaze here. Let me show you my glaze. I have that ketchup glaze on here. It's another one, just so simple. I mean, some people, I made meatloaf to have brown gravy on top, but this is the way my mom made with ketchup on top. So it's very simple. All it is ketchup, brown sugar, and Worcestershire sauce. That's it. Just stir this up. Stir this up here. There we go. See how easy that was to put together? And like I say, after 20 minutes, we're gonna put this glaze on there. Glaze this with the meatloaf and put it back in the oven. Let this glaze really cook on top for another 20 minutes. And we're gonna have some awesome meatloaf. So we will be back in 20 minutes. We're gonna glaze it and do the next step. We'll be right back. Okay, y'all, we back. Let's see here. Oh yeah. All right. It's been 20 minutes. What I'm gonna do now, pour some of this liquid off of here. All right. Okay, now we're gonna brush the glaze on there. This glaze we made earlier. Put some of this on there. Just gonna get that nice look on there. Just let it flow all the way over there. Do some on the other one here. Bring that all the way over there. And we're gonna put it back in the oven. It's gonna give it nice caramelization on it. And finish cooking the meatloaf the rest of the way. Over here. There we go. A bit more. There we go. That's it. Now, we're gonna put it back in the oven about 15-20 more minutes. Let the meatloaf finish cooking, let that glaze off, and we'll have a nice meatloaf. So let's put it back in here. And we'll be back in about 15-20 minutes. All right, y'all, we back. Okay, meatloaf should be ready here. Let's see here. Oh yeah. There we go, the glaze and glaze over there and caramelized. Okay, now what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna put it on this platter here. Get off this juice. Get it right on there. The other piece here. Right on there. There we go. Now I'm gonna let this rest a little before I cut it because I want the juices to stay intact. So we're gonna let it rest here a little, about 5-10 minutes. And then I'm gonna come back, cut a little piece, and we're gonna see how it tastes. We'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back here. We're gonna cut a little piece of here off the end here. Oh yeah. We're gonna see how this tastes. Look at that. Perfectly cooked. Let's see here. Oh yeah. So juicy. Mark. When you see the vegetable, they don't have that crunch inside, the celery and onions. Because I cooked them before I put them in. So, they nice and perfectly cooked also. Look at that. This thing is awesome. So good. So good. Try this recipe. And this is good. Cold too. Like on the next day, cold meatloaf sandwich, you can't go wrong. So, again, try this recipe. Give the recipe thumbs up. Please comment, please subscribe to the channel. The red button there to your left. Until next time, have a blessed old school soul food day.